home, a roar floods down the length of the grandstand, and there I stand, winning ticket in hand.
Go! American Pharoah's got a two-length lead. Frosted is all out at the 16th pole, and here it is. The 37-year wait is over. American Pharoah is finally the one. American Pharoah has won the Triple Crown.
3 weeks earlier, in a Salt Lake City hotel room, I was glued to the TV, holding my breath as I watched American Pharoah win the second leg of the Triple Crown. As he crossed the finish line, my family decided in the spur of the moment to wager one weekend of our lives for the chance payout of witnessing history. So on June 6th, an $18 general admission ticket found me standing on the rail at Belmont Park, directly across from the finish line. 90,000 people and I watched as American Pharoah won the Belmont Stakes and the Triple Crown, a feat which had not been achieved since before many of our lives had begun. Strangers hugged strangers, wanting to embrace anyone and everyone, wanting to embrace the day we would all remember for the rest of our lives. It was an all-consuming collective joy I have yet to experience anywhere else. That day, I experienced a phenomenon of human nature worth more than any payout from a betting window. As I looked back on our last-minute bet on the Belmont, I realized each of us makes wagers every single day. We weigh the costs of our bets against the payouts we're looking for. And there are times in life when our risks provide us with unforeseen payouts. Sometimes it's the meticulous analysis of the odds and conditions, and sometimes it's just luck. When I was 9 years old, we had a little horse race of our own, of which I was not the lucky winner. Like most kids, Elizabeth and I had little red wagons. And this particular day, we decided the best use of our time would be to hitch one of those wagons to Max. Behold, our mighty steed. Okay, maybe mighty steed might not be the most fitting title for our little pony, but the little red wagon seemed to fit just right. Our wager, the opportunity of fun for the day, and a wagon. The expected payout, a well-trained pony. Mom helped us to secure the wagon to Max, and when I say secure, I mean secure. Elizabeth had a good hold on the lead rope, and I was just about to climb aboard the wagon when I decided it'd be best to see if he'd even pull it first. My one intelligent decision for the day. One rattle, and Max took off like the starting gate had just flung open. Straight into the barn he went. Bang, crash, out he came again, nearly tearing the door off its hinges. The wagon was airborne at this point, missing both back tires, and 3 more ponies were in hot pursuit. My dad joined the chase soon after. It's Max for the early lead, with the wagon close behind. Belle is in 3rd position in between horses. Thunder is running in 4th on the outside. Molly is 3 lengths off the lead, leaving Dad at the back of the pack. The first furlong is gone in 56 1/2 seconds. Dad has a lot of ground to make up. As they turn the far corner, Max is at the head of the pack, but he can't shake the wagon off his heels. Dad moves up on the outside, and it's Dad for the win with a hold on the rope. That day may have ended with a red piece of metal flat as a pancake, and the opposite of a well-trained pony. But my family accidentally created one of our funniest stories. Sometimes life's wagers provide some way more profound payouts, as I discovered at National Convention when I went on what should have been a 10-minute sandwich run across the street to Jimmy John's. As I was about to turn the corner, an older gentleman on a bike stopped and said, "I've been seeing jackets like yours all week, and I was wondering what you guys do." My wager, some time and a sandwich. The expected payout, the chance to share FFA with someone. I decided it was more than worth the wager. He nodded with approval and interest as I explained the tenets of FFA to him. Over the course of our 20-minute conversation, I learned that he'd always wanted to be a musician, and he was still pursuing that dream. In fact, he was the man we had seen playing the buckets on the street corner the night of the Garth Brooks concert. Our conversation was interrupted by a phone call from my advisor summoning me back. I offered a handshake in leaving, and as he reached out to me, there were tears in his eyes. He said, "I'll never forget this moment. Most people assume they know what people are like, but you stopped to talk." I stopped simply to explain something I loved. I had not expected that 20 minutes outside of a Jimmy John's in a swirl of fall leaves would provide me with such a rich change in perspective. I knew I was not soon to forget him either. This past year, I have met so many members who take those wagers in FFA and in life. Colton Noyes of the Broadwater FFA chapter decided to take a shot on parliamentary procedure and was on the state champion team as a freshman, earning himself the opportunity to compete at national convention. Mandy Brandt, originally of the Del Oro FFA chapter in California, left her family and everything she knew to pursue higher education at Montana State University, where she met lifelong friends, one of whom I am honored to be, and found opportunities she would never have had in California. Montana FFA, I encourage you to make your wagers. So, in the words of my hero, Roy Rogers, goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to ya.
Me land, lots of land, under starry skies. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself.
Emily, from your love of the Triple Crown to old westerns and even the final frontier of Star Trek, you have made a difference in all of our lives. I will always remember our spontaneous adventures after class, our late night conversations that usually end with us not being able to breathe, or even our card games. You've brought an old Western sensibility to everything we've done this past year, and it's something we can't thank you enough for. You have not only become one of my closest friends, but I consider you my sister. Love, Caroline, Lucas, Isaac, Andy, Anna, Kyla, and Andrew. And I'm proud to present you with your retiring officer plaque. Montana FFA, your 2019-2020 State Secretary, Emily Evans.
Me land, lots of land, under starry skies. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide country that I love.